To my community, especially Hispanic, no one teaches us about the beauty of have like a life insurance. Mostly like to cover final expense. When people unexpected pass away, the burden again on the family financially talking in here in Massachusetts, we're talking about 12 to $25,000.
Welcome to Small Strides, Big Business, the podcast for insurance agents who want to grow their business in a way that feels smart, sustainable, and authentic. On this podcast, we have honest conversations about better sales interactions, client service, automation, mindset, marketing, referrals, practical things that move your business forward in real life. Whether you're brand new or years into the game, so grab a notebook and let's dive into today's conversation. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast, Small Strides, Big Business. I'm really excited today to have Lidia Rodriguez with us from the Rewarding Insurance Agency. And in a world where we may try to be everything to everyone, Lidia really has found immense success and by deeply serving a specific community. Lidia is the co-CEO with her husband, Miguel. They found Rewarding Insurance Agency located in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Miguel specializes in Medicare, correct? And Lidia
Yeah,
really
that's correct.
specializes in the final expense services. But just a little shout out to you. I saw that you have been recognized a couple of times, the Super 60 Startup Honoree, which is wonderful by the Springfield Regional Chamber. And then last year, 2024, Business Person of the Year, and the first Latinos to receive both awards. So you guys are making an impact. And I heard that you were this year recognized for 40 Under 40 from Business West. That's just phenomenal. Congrats. I'm going to just ask, how did you and your husband get into insurance?
Yes. In 2000, so I live in Puerto Rico. I started in the career called insurance. I was graduated from my bachelor degree, but I was looking like something to do. Someone told me, "Hey, maybe you need to apply to in the insurance career." And I said, "I don't know nothing about insurance, right?" I said, "Oh, maybe it's a good opportunity for me. I love to talk to people." When I applied and I saw the beauty of the insurance, especially talking about what is final expense and serving the community as well, give them the opportunity to see what the benefit of have a life insurance, especially to like cancer, critical illness. So it's really rewarding, mostly if you have like a family member that happens to my husband, right? Uncle, and like in a short period of like 6 months, and his cousins need to get like separated because they didn't have life insurance. The burden of the family, it was really, really hard. So at that time, I was like doing insurance. So he say, "Oh, I need to do something as well, right?" So he interested, at that time when he was working specialized like in annuities or bonds. But then we decided to get married, and change. We want to get a better future. So we decided to move from PR to United States. We never like say, going back to the insurance when we moved because we didn't know what were the expectations, right? He started doing other stuff, and then I was looking around when I was like a big Hispanic community. I think I can go back to the insurance. I just need to transfer my license and go back to what I really enjoy to do. So after that, my husband said, "I'm going to, support you in every way that I can." So I start selling life insurance, final expense, knocking doors, all style. So I was like, I was doing the thing that no one else are willing to do. Start from zero. It was cold sometimes, most of the time. It was really cold outside. It didn't matter. I just go out, let me go educate someone about life insurance because it is something that everyone needs. Mhm. After that, my husband saw the it will be like a great benefit for the community to have like an agency. So we didn't know how to do all this stuff. We didn't have like a mentor. Every time that we went like to see if someone can help us, the door was closing, like, no, that is not what we really do, or that's something that you don't want to do. Don't do it. And we say, why not? Why don't do it, right? So he said once, Miguel said to me, you know what? I'm going to quit to my regular work. I said, are you crazy?
That's true love, Lydia. He wants in.
Say, no, I'm going to do it with you. Every time that we're going out to eat or do something, he always have my credit card or my debit card. You have enough funds here. You're doing great. I'm not going to work anymore for 40 hours during the week. So I said, okay.
Awesome. All right. Well,
So,
before you continue, I grabbed a couple things from that I'd love to just highlight. First being you got into the insurance space because of a personal experience where somebody
mhm,
didn't have the insurance and it was a hardship on your family. I think that that's
mhm,
really powerful because some people get into the insurance space because they want to make all this money, but I think that is a downfall, and why a lot of
mhm.
people come into the insurance and leave just as quickly is because it's not necessarily what they expected. But by seeing the need firsthand, I'm sorry that happened to your family, but look at what it brought and how many people you're impacting because of that.
One of my uncle have a transplant organ, kidney,
Uh-huh.
and he was covered because of me. So he could like relax and take his treatment, travel from Puerto Rico to United States to receive the transplant. And he didn't worry about he didn't have the money because he had the supplemental
Yeah.
insurance. For me, it's like, wow, I did help with that. And other people as well, but I think that was the most impactful.
Sure. Well, when it's your family, right? When it's tangible,
Mhm.
that's beautiful. Most people have the "it will never happen to me" mentality, right? Or I'll just deal with it when it happens. But there's definitely power in being prepared. And so that's clearly what you do. It's about education. The other thing I just wanted to highlight and I don't know, congratulate you for is that comment you made about you were going to do what other people didn't want to do. And that says a lot about your character and fast forward, you own your own agency because you're willing to do the things that other people don't want to do. So I think that just even speaking, as I'd like to speak a little bit more about your growth and your agency, but just knowing that that was the foundation for how you started is pretty powerful. So obviously you have a niche because you're working within this Hispanic community. Can you elaborate a little bit on the unique needs and challenges serving?
Yeah, of course. To my community, especially Hispanic, no one teach us about the beauty of have like a life insurance. Mostly like to cover final expense. When people unexpected pass away, the burden again on the family financially talking in here in Massachusetts, we're talking about 12 to $25,000. The daughter, son, or the immediate family need to collect that money. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's really hard. So you need to open like a GoFundMe or ask.
People
And
don't
a
have
lot of
that amount
people
of
can
money
be like,
sitting around.
so no one is willing to go and educate the Hispanic community because cultural, right? We are like, we need to understand first
Yeah.
uh, why. Why do I need to have life insurance? And the why is because you love ones and you
Mm.
don't want to get them like in controversial situations with with the family financially. Imagine if your dad or someone in your family unexpected pass away, you have right now 12,000 to $25,000 in your bank account, so you can go and do everything that you have to do
Right.
to bury that person.
Very few people.
Right now, it's really.
It is really hard. And of
Mhm.
course, I'm speaking from my family. I think that the idea of putting that hardship on your children, is something that everybody would say, no, I don't want to do. But yet we don't really think about that. So you've got
Mhm.
a task in front of you with that education piece
Mhm.
for sure.
We go out and we do workshop, we do lunch and learn. We are in the community all the time. We support nonprofits. That is the people that we look and to serve and trying to help.
How are you getting out there? How are you telling these people? So you did mention to me that you're doing workshops, and I know you guys have a hands-on approach. It's very personal. This topic is personal too, right? When
It
you're
is
talking about that. Tell me a little bit more about how you foster those relationships, either with businesses or organizations that bring you in to talk to people, or when you're meeting with people one-on-one.
a little bit of everything. I think networking is powerful. Go and put yourself out there in controversial situations. I'm Hispanic. I have a strong accent. I don't want to be there. It's hard for me sometimes to express myself in other language. Not because I can't understand, right? It's because sometimes I feel uncomfortable doing it. That reason I'm not going to stop myself to grow and do what I have to do. I'm going to put me in situations where I can have a grow and get knowledge, know new people,
Mhm.
because you need to get partners outside. So the community can help you, and the refill and the mouth on mouth is how you grow, right?
Absolutely.
And the trust you need to if our agency, running insurance agency, having grow because our core value. We are transparent and we believe in what we do. We have a strong mission, and that is go out there and talk about what it is. And not only we get you life insurance, no, we talk also with the member, the insurer, and also with the beneficiary.
Mm,
Beneficiary?
yeah, yeah.
Because they need to know. And sometimes you have a policy, but the people that you have in your policy doesn't know. And that is how you connect with the mouth and mouth, right? And they tell you maybe you need to go here, maybe you go to the other place. And that is how I start knowing more my community and where to go. Now I am in the position that I choose what events or where I want to go.
Yeah. So the power of belly to belly, being with people, but also that know, like, and trust factor. You get to the point where people know, like, and then there's then the referrals come, right?
Mhm.
So you've got to start off. That's really wonderful. So I think that we talked in the beginning about the fact that you have built a strong network from referrals,
Mhm.
focusing on your niche with other businesses. I don't know if you can elaborate on that more. I think you just talked about it a lot. It's really powerful. And once you get to the position where you have a business basically built on referrals, that's like a pat yourself on the back moment, right?
It's a relief. It's a relief right now because I was before I didn't know where to go. I just get into my car, I go into a random neighborhood and start knocking doors. Now is different. Kind of like I have the security on what I do. I'm the expert in what I do. I feel like powerful.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Uh, and
Congratulations
that
on getting
thank you.
yourself there. That doesn't happen by accident. So there's power in referrals. When the referrals started happening for me, I was like, okay, this is like we're doing something right.
Mm,
It's working and we're doing it correctly. So that's really powerful. So you guys are growing. I think that you're looking to hire or hiring some people. You're in that process. Can you share a little bit about the challenges that you've navigated along the way?
So this is the hard part, right? The challenge right now is the hiring. We are growing so fast that we have more places to go than brokers,
That's amazing. It's a good place to be.
because we want to serve our community how they deserve. If we don't have enough brokers, how are we going to do everything? So the hiring process is having a little bit difficult because to get the license. I know we are not the only one that we have been struggle, because we have been talking with other agencies as well. It's the same thing with them. We are planning to change few things. So in the future, I'm going to share that with you if that works.
Or yes,
Uh, yeah, we start like planning something like to have the brokers. So I hope like for next year, my goal is to have like 10, 12.
great.
I don't want like 20, 30 that I can manage. I want the trustworthy team.
I was just going to say, what qualities are you looking for? Obviously, trustworthy, reasonable, because you guys are really, really doing it the right way.
The commission part, no one wants to. I don't understand why they're so afraid,
Mm.
like be hired as only by commission base.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they put like everything,
Do you think
uh,
that people are concerned about working hard? I feel like that may be. I've seen it in other agencies, like in healthcare, like every businesses that some people just show up kind of not expecting to have to work that hard. And look where you started knocking on doors, right?
I think when you are a hard worker, it's rewarding. It's
Absolutely.
really rewarding. You feel really well with yourself. You get like a really good self-esteem and motivation as well to do what you like to do. I can imagine me go uh, to work and do nothing or just sit down and relax, whatever. If someone enter to through my office, the real world doesn't work like that. I wish, right? But
Oh,
to them, I always say, why you don't want to work at commission based? You know how much money you losing if I'm going to hire you. We
yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, more money.
depends, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you're expecting that these people get the sales.
Sure.
Mhm.
So as you've grown, Lydia, with your husband, obviously you went from being on your own to him joining and then, just growing with a client base, bringing in some agents, just kind of that from going from the two of you to the even that next step of hiring one person and then another. What systems or processes did you feel like you needed to kind of put in?
So right now we are doing info sessions with one of our partners is Mass Hire. It's a program that is through the government. Also, Miguel is doing Zooms as well.
Potential potential.
Mm, The Zoom that he's doing is for the people are licensed. They are licensed, so they want to see where to put the license. But the info session is just so the people know what is being uh insurance.
How,
So we're
how
going to start doing that like monthly.
Great. When you guys were starting to grow and scale, is there anything that you did operationally with your business?
We still because we're still growing. So we have an operation manager. I love her. We are trying to put our agency systematically
Yep.
or everything by I don't know how to say
And
automate it. Yeah, we create our own CRM because we try to. There's a lot of CRM right there that you can buy
Mhm.
from insurance agent, but it's not what we needed. So we try to figure out what and really when we want to, but none of that work for us.
Oh,
We hire someone to create our CRM and
mhm.
doing how we want. And also, it helps us if someone pass away, is a claim coming, has someone that help the family to receive the money. What do you need? That extra touch for them
Mhm.
means a lot. For that reason, some of the agents that we know out there, right? They say, no, why you want to invest like in a place if you can earn everything? Let the other agency or the carrier get charge of the service. You don't need to do that. I say, wait, what? Right. I'm here to serve my community. How am I going to do that? If something happened, I'm not going to tell them to call 800. If
Right.
a claim coming, yeah, I can do that if the people are mentally like ready to do it. But when someone that you love pass away, it's
Yeah.
devastating.
Yeah.
So they need that extra help.
Mhm.
And also when we have meeting with partners, we want them to understand that we're here and we're going to stay. They can trust us. How they going to trust you if you are in your house. If you want to grow in big, you need to invest. And that's
true.
what we're doing right now. We're investing and we are going to continue to do it.
That's really powerful. I think that a lot of people are spending a lot of time maybe doing things that they don't need to be doing that they can automate, just like you talked about. And then also people are concerned or afraid about investing when that's just going to get them to the next level.
And I get it because in the beginning I said I'm not going to hire anyone to do customer service. I don't need to automate it, nothing.
Move
Have to.
faster with help.
Yes, because when I have someone in the office working, I can go there do what the CEO have to do.
Yeah.
So it's open new doors, new possibilities. So when my agents come on board, they don't need to go and knocking doors. That's what I'm trying to do for them. They don't have to do what I have to do. And I want them to grow and get more than success than I am. That is going to be my reward.
All right. Well, one last thought. Do you have any advice to that new insurance agent who's either just thinking about this as a career or maybe just starting this out as a career?
Be an insurance agent is a career. Don't take it as a part time. It's
Mm.
not going to work. You're going to get disappointed. If you want to come, I hired someone that she left for being like W-2, right? Making a lot of money. And she said, no, I'm leaving. I'm going to do what I have to do. And she fully committed. And she's brave. She have a family and she did it because she know at the end it's going to be rewarding for her. What I say, don't be scared if you have a strong, like someone who can like support you and and you found a mentor that can help you to grow. Go and do what you have to do. But remember, this is not like for part time. Again, you're going to sell one or two, but you're not going to serve right your clients, your members, how they supposed to. That says a lot too.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Lidia, from talking about how you knocked on doors to now you're building something special, but really the heart of it was service. So where can we find you? If there's some people that want to connect with you, maybe your next employee, your next broker, where can they find you guys?
So you can find me and go through our webpage, rewardingagency.com, and go to careers. You can put your information, send us a message, and also Facebook, Instagram, Rewarding Agency as well. And you can please follow us to see what we're doing out there in the community. At some point, you want a mentor, we're here.
Wonderful. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Please go find rewardingagency.com on all of the social media handles and give Small Strides Big Business podcast a like as well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for spending time with me today on Small Strides Big Business. I hope this conversation gave you some clarity, confidence, or one new idea to move your agency forward. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to follow or subscribe and share it with another agent who could benefit. I'm Crystal Small, and remember, every small stride you take today builds the foundation for long-term confidence, stability, and growth in your business.